Hello and welcome to Chi Connections. This is video 2 of the series in Ascension is Acceptance. I pointed out in the first video that to me all trauma is a form of grief, and as such we need to work through the stages of grief. To work through them we need to understand them. So I'm hoping that I'll help you to understand and recognise what you might be going through and what stage you might be at in your particular trauma and grief. So this is stage 1. This is what they call denial. I also like to think of it as avoidance. It's the stage where we shut our emotions off. We have things to do, so we shut down and just keep plodding through. A bit like where I am here. There's so many trees, but to get through to where the light is, you need to avoid all the trees and just keep going. If you think of a major accident, a road traffic accident with multiple car involvement and injuries, there's all sorts of different types of issues going on there, and there's always somebody that will be able to keep going. They'll see, hear, feel everything that everybody else is going, but they don't feel it because they've shut down to that, and they're able to help everybody else through, and they seem level-headed and void of any emotions. It's because they've actually literally shut down and avoided the emotions so that they can keep going, and that is avoidance. It's a bit like a form of shock. People in this state might display characteristics such as being the joker, being the one that makes everybody laugh all the time, the one that is the life and soul of the party, the one that everybody wants to be around. They might be the ones that distract others when they're trying to focus and do things. It might be somebody that shows signs of bipolar. Their moods will go up and down. And people with addictions. For me, I was addicted to fitness. I wouldn't stop training. Every single day I had to train for a couple of hours a day at least. And then when my body gave up, it was work. And I filled my whole time with working. People will show signs of ADHD, OCD, all sorts of different types of addictions, whether it's shopping, eating, scrolling, and particularly at the moment games. And they've been made deliberately addictive so that it plays on that stage of denial and it keeps people playing. You might be thinking in your head, I've got to stop this, I've got something to do, but you keep playing and you play another game anyway. Things people might say, and I've said all of these things. I'm fine, it doesn't matter. It's okay, I'll get over it. I'm a survivor, I will survive. And what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. All of those things I've said, it's all brushing off what's happened or what's been said to avoid actually feeling and being honest with the emotions that you've actually got. The problem with this is those emotions don't go away and they get blocked and locked into the body, and sometimes into the soul itself, and it goes from one life to another if it never gets released. And these emotions come out in illnesses and diseases. Those newborns that are born with diseases or illnesses and leukemia, they've taken emotions from a previous life. Cancers are forms of symptoms of fear. That's why they play on fear with cancer. Have you noticed how they want you to be afraid of cancer, the C word? And it is because they want you in fear sometimes, and they want you to stop feeling and block that fear in. Autism is one that you can be born with naturally. It's that's the ultimate blocking in of emotions. When you don't want to feel things, you literally shut down your emotions, and that's what autism is, to whatever degree. But they can create this as well with the ultrasounds, which are extremely noisy, the injections, the constant prodding and poking and pulling around, the emotions that the mother feels, the noises and distractions and the chaos that can happen in a delivery room. They're all there to create autism. The baby feels so many emotions that it doesn't know how to feel. It hasn't experienced any of it, and it hasn't developed the skill to be able to cope with all of that. So it literally shuts itself down. The baby shuts itself down, whether it's in the womb or whether it's as it's being born. Some become so blocked that we can't actually help them. You can't force people to feel. You can't force people to do things that they don't want to. And it can be a difficult time if you see people in this state and you want to help them out of it. But the only thing that we can really do is to show them that it's okay to feel emotions. It's safe to show their emotions around you. You see, we've been conditioned as humans to hold our emotions in. We've been conditioned to feel we shouldn't cry in public. We've been conditioned to feel that we shouldn't show our anger. So all these things are held in, and that's a deliberate conditioning. And that conditioning needs to be broken down so that we're able to actually feel safe to feel the emotions that we need to feel. So we need to allow them to express themselves without mirroring them. Control means to act, not react. So control yourself and your emotions. It takes practice, because it's so easy to see someone be angry with you and mirror that emotion back to them. If you're in acceptance, you need to be able to accept that that is their emotion, and you are there to walk with them, but not feel what they feel. So you might end up having to do a little bit more clearing yourself afterwards. Something that you need to feel, are you strong enough to do? Unconditional love means being there for people no matter what, allowing them to be who they need to be.